Okay, today we're going to warm up with what I call a spinal wave. This is something I learned from Ido Portal, and it's a really good way to learn how to articulate your spine, and we would need a wall just to begin so you know how this movement actually works, because the wall will give you some sort of feedback. So we're going to come about 6 inches distance away from the wall, and what we're going to try and do is first we're going to work downwards from our nose all the way to our hips, one after another. I'll show you the points, and what we are going to do is we're going to actually just reach forward and touch the wall with our nose, and then followed by the chin. And then what next, we're going to try and press our chest forward. Now at this point, notice my face is coming off already, and then my ribs are going to go on the wall, and then the belly button, and then the hips. Now when the hips arrive, your nose should be at the furthest point away. So I'm like leaning away with the hips forward and then coming off. But when I come off to get back into this next point with my nose, I'm gonna round the back in and touch those points that I mentioned earlier on. So you're gonna create like this wave-like motion, okay? So let's try it again. So nose, chin, chest, ribs, belly, hips, furthest away, curl back in, nose, chin, chest, ribs, belly, and hips. So once you get the flow of this, you feel like you're in like a wave-like motion, okay? So eventually when you do it enough times, you're not gonna need the wall. But for the time being, we're gonna use the wall, and as my friend Farrell says, it's the wall banger. Keep going. So really try and articulate from the spine. When you reach with your chest, ribs, belly, and your hips, you gotta feel like that movement is coming mainly from the spine and not rounding the shoulders or hyperextending your lower back. Pushing out, in, and out. Okay. So maybe every day spend about 3 to 5 minutes doing this, and this movement will become more and more natural for you. Coming back onto the mat, we're going to start opening up the front body using some backdrops in the standing position. So bring your palms, cradle that lower back, make sure you tuck the tailbone in, bring the elbows as close to each other as possible. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, start sending the hips forward, loading onto the front thighs, expanding the chest, dropping the upper back, and release. Coming back up. Again, inhale. Exhale, dropping back, and release. So you don't want to dump the weight into the lower back. That's what this is here for. Again, inhale. Exhale, feel the front stretch, belly and chest spread open, and release. 2 more. Inhale. Send the hips and the thighs forward, drop the upper back down, and release. One last one. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, reach back, drop, 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 and release. Okay, now we're gonna move on, getting onto our knees so we can get into a full camel pose to get into deeper in our back bend. So set your knees down, shoulder width apart, release the feet. Same thing, hands, lower back, tuck tailbone in, bring the elbows as close to each other as possible. Inhale, lift the heart or lift the chest. Exhale, start sending your hips forward, dropping back, feeling the belly and the chest expand and stretch, and release. Good. Again, inhale, exhale. Each time going a little bit deeper. Make sure you don't feel the compression in the lower back. Tuck the tailbone down. The hands are supposed to be there to give you feedback if you're really putting a lot of pressure in there. Okay, again, inhale, exhale. Last 2, inhale, exhale. Last 1, inhale, exhale. As you drop back, reach the left hand down towards the heels, and the right hand down towards the heels, and spread the chest. Keep sending the heart up, hips forward, load on the thighs, drop the head back last. Staying here for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. and slowly bring the left hand up, crossing the right shoulder, right hand up, crossing the left shoulder. And we're gonna move on to our next exercise. Down onto our bridge position. So today, instead of going into a full wheel or full bridge position, we're actually gonna do a version where we're pressing our body forward and loading onto the thighs and the hips. So I'll show you what I mean. So we come to our prep position. Instead of pressing up, now I'm gonna press forward, sending my knees and my thighs up and forward, and then pulling back this way. So it's a frontal movement to load onto the thighs and the hips. It's quite intense, but just give it a try. So sometimes if your hands can't fully extend, you can push and then shift your hands over. So we want to focus more on just loading. The coming back phase, however you want to get back, then that's how you're going to get back for now. It's not going to be as springy in the beginning because I had to work through quite a bit of this before I could get to this and coming back, right? So let's do a few reps. So first, let's just focus on pressing forward and loading onto the hips. If we stay here, that's fine. You can bring your hands and slowly walk it down, walk it down, walk it down, walk it back. Okay, let's do it again. Press forward, shift, loading onto the hips and the thighs, and slowly walking it back, walking it back, walking it back, shifting it back. Okay, over time, if your shoulders are open enough, then you can start doing this version where you push, load, and come back. Okay, so let's try to do maybe like 5 more. Ready? Press, load, and come back. Press, load, and come back. Press, load, and come back. Change the hand position so you get a better pushing start. And press, load, and back. One last one. Maybe stay at the loaded position just a little bit longer now. Push and load, hold, and come off. And take a break. All right, this next one, you're gonna love it. It's called the horse stance. I'm sure you've seen like martial artists and Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, they all swear by this. Basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring our feet further outside of our shoulder width, and then we're gonna just bend the knees coming into this squat position. The toes can point outward, making sure the knees also point aligned with the toes. And most importantly, we're not hinging, body upright. And we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. Go. 3. Hold it there. We're just only going for 30 seconds. Feels the muscles tensing up, but just work through your breath. Keep it nice and calm. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back up. Oh, shake those legs out. Yeah. So I've been working on these for a while and I've built it up to about 2 minutes. I do this daily. 2 minutes is a really long time. So we're gonna just start with 30 seconds, but we'll do 2 sets. So one more set. Again, feet outside shoulder width. Turn the feet out slightly. Again, you just want to make sure that the knees are aligned with the index toe on the second toe, and we're going to come down. Hips aligned with the knees and hold. Good. Hands out here just for balance. Making sure that we're not dipping down. Chest up. Really feel your groin engaged, your glutes engaged, your thighs. Everything is nice and tight, and hold. Chinese we say 扎嘛. Yeah. Staying here. Only 30 seconds. Come on. Stay with me, guys. You're doing great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so I come back up. Ooh. Yeah, you feel that already. Shake it out. All right, now we're going to work on some sissy squats. It's not very sissy, I can tell you that for sure. Basically, what we're trying to do is when we squat, we're trying to load on the front thighs and allowing the knees to pass the toes as much as we can, allowing the heels to come off and really focus on the tension in the front thigh and the hips, and then coming back up. So work very carefully, especially for those of you who have prior knee injuries or knee pains. You might want to, take it very easy on this, but this is actually a really good way to prehab and strengthen the knee. So what we're gonna do is take it easy first. So just bend the knees as much as you can, pass the toes, and then come back off, right? Once you get more confidence and you feel like you can go a little deeper, then only start allowing the heels to come off. So bending the knees, allowing the knees to come off, and there's this counterweight that's gonna happen a little bit as you go further deeper and coming back up, okay? So we're gonna gradually work our way down. We'll do about 10 reps here. So watch, we're gonna go bend the knees, heel off, bit of a counterweight, find that balance, and then coming back up. So only work to a position where you're comfortable, you're not really putting too much strain on the knees, but you still want to feel it mostly on the thighs and up, okay? Continue, let's go for the third rep. Down slow, and up. Down slow, and up. 5, and up. 6, now I'm trying to go a little bit lower now. And up, so then I'll have to lean a little bit more. Okay. For those of you who have no knee problems, you can really work as deep as you can go. So this lean and this loading on the hip is very important, and also balancing on the balls of the feet. 9. One last one. Lower down. Let's see how low I can go. Next exercise is called the Cossack squat, and basically we're gonna squat side to side with one leg extended out to the side, okay? So first we're gonna open our feet up about 5 feet apart. Next, we're gonna first bend the left knee, lower down into a squat, and make sure our toes are pointing upward, and slowly, if we need balance, use the hand to counterbalance, coming down as low as we can, and then we're gonna come back up and then go the other side. 2. So keeping the chest upright the whole time. 3, 4, 5. Each time, maybe go a little bit deeper. 6. Make sure the knee doesn't cave in, pointing outward. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. Take a rest. We'll go for one more set. So with these, you want to be careful not to hinge the hips too far back and having the chest fold over. I would prefer if you keep the chest upright and maybe not go so low first. Work on, maybe if this is your maximum range, then work here. Slowly, when your mobility improves, then you can go deeper. It's better to practice good form overall than sacrifice that just to get a little bit deeper, okay? Let's go for a second set. This time, we'll start with the right side. So hands out for balance. Point the toes, go down, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chest upright. Make sure you breathe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's hold here for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then we're going to switch to the other side. 5 to 10 seconds. And slowly. Whew. Well done. Okay, now we're coming back onto the mat, and we're going to work into an FRC type stretch. It's called the 90-90 stretch. Basically, we want to have our right thigh in a 90-degree angle, externally rotated, and our left thigh here internally rotated with 90 degrees as well. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to extend our arms and really grip tightly, tense our entire body, keep the back flat, and as we externally rotate, keep pressing that outer shin into the ground. We're also going to fall down, keeping the back nice and flat. And come back up, inhale. We'll do 5 of these. Exhale to fold, bring the belly closer to the thigh. Also keep pressing the shin into the mat. And up as low as you can go without sacrificing. So no rounding of the back, right? 3, exhale. And up. 4. And up. Last one, 5. Keep extending as far forward as you can, and we're going to hold the bottom for 10 seconds. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. So next, same thing, but we're going to change direction now, and we're going to reach the left hand and the right hand towards that left ankle. So we're going to, from here, rotate, twist, and reach for 1. Try to keep this leg down, not let it ride up. You're going to feel maybe quite an intense sort of cramping here. If it's too much, bring it in a little bit more, okay? Otherwise, keep it at 90-90. So again, let's go. Twist and reach and release. Inhale, exhale, twist and reach. Again, inhale, exhale, twist and reach. 3, 4, twist and reach. Last one, hold for 10 seconds, twist and reach. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now we're going to change sides. So now the left leg, extend this way, right leg is internally rotated. So we want to achieve the 90 degree angle, but if this is too much for you, bring the legs closer in to start with, okay? 90-90, same thing, arms out. Keep pressing that outer shin and knee into the mat as you fall forward and come back up, okay? Keep the back nice and flat. Exhale, fold for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. And up. For 4. And up. 5. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. So now we're going to reach over to the right ankle and release. Keeping the whole body tight. Exhale to twist and release. Twist and reach. 3, try to keep this thigh down and release. 2 more, then we hold. And last one, hold. Three, 2, 1, and release. Okay, good work. And now we're gonna work on our pistol squat. So we've done the version before where we're lunging back, so that's the top phase. Now we're gonna work on the bottom phase where we can load at the end position. So it will look, the bottom of a pistol squat looks like this, right? So we're gonna leverage on this rocking motion that we create from lying down and rock up into the pistol squat position and load onto the ankle. So I'm going to show it with the left leg because you can see it better from here. So with my left knee bent, my right leg extended, I'm going to keep this shape and I'm going to rock back. And as I rock up, I'm going to load onto this ankle. Don't worry about the heel of the right foot. If you need to, you can even use your hands to balance in the beginning. Okay, otherwise, try and focus on the balance and load on the front of the ankle and maybe even have that right leg up. This is the final position that you want to see, okay? Let's go for 5 of these. So you want to maintain this structure, generate momentum, rock up, load on to the ankle, use your hands or your heels to support for balance, but otherwise, keep going back and forth with it. We'll do 5, right? Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, rock up. Keep the thigh nice and close to the chest. The left one, and up. Inhale. exhale, last 2. One more. And up. Stay for a bit, and sit. All right, change sides. So now onto the right leg. Again, your heel can remain on the floor because if you don't have the hamstring flexibility and the hip mobility, it's going to cramp up and you're going to focus more on that thigh rather than this. This is the one that you should be focused on, loading onto that ankle. Ready? Let's go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Rock up. Last 2. Maybe slow it down a little bit. See if you can load onto the ankle. Hold. And relax. We'll go for one more set. So what you really want to feel is this loading onto the front of the ankle and making sure that the knee that is bent, the thigh is close to your chest, and it's working on the midline. Okay? So try again. Left side again. Bend. Right leg straight. Rock back. And exhale to come out for 1. Back. Exhale, come up for 2. 3. 4. And 5. Switch legs. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last 1. And 1. Good job. Well done. Take a rest. Okay, we've come to the end. So just lay back onto the mat. We'll just do some light stretching before we come to full relaxation. So just bend the knee, hug it into the thigh. Maybe twist it over to the other side. Give it a nice stretch. Change sides. Bend the right knee now. Hug it in. And twist over. And relax. Close your eyes. Well done.